Firstly, thank you so much for clicking this video. If you are new here or you're a regular supporter, I appreciate you. This video is going to blow your mind, and it's all about Taylor Swift and her deep ties to the occult and her blatant witchcraft. I'd really appreciate it if you sit back, relax, watch the video all the way to the end, like it. If you're watching on your mobile, hype it, all that good stuff. And I'll see you lot at the end of the video. Peace.
Early in the morning,
Taylor Swift is arguably the biggest artist in the world, and she's been dominating the music industry for years, selling millions and millions of albums and breaking record after record. Her fans are so desperate that they even wear diapers and nappies to her concerts so they don't have to miss a single second of the show. You have to be sick in the head to do that stuff, guys. Do you know what type of person you have to be? You have to be putting these people on pedestals to be a grown-ass adult and wear a diaper so you can piss and take a dump without missing a bit of the show. Come on. What kind of spell does this woman have her fans under? Well, don't worry, we'll get there. All of you watching this right now should all be aware. Anyone who makes it to the top of Hollywood alongside many other industries are nothing but Hollywood puppets, sellouts, soulless people who practice occult magic, who practice alchemy, most likely Freemasons. You don't make it to the top of these industries without selling your soul, whether that's the top of the banking industry, people who own record labels, film studios, billionaire elites, corporations. They are all into these dark practices. And you don't get to ascend to that level like a Taylor Swift without pledging your allegiance to these people. And Taylor Swift is one of the most blatant, obvious examples of an occultist who practices witchcraft and pushes witchcraft onto her millions of fans. This was a tweet from a few years ago. Taylor Swift, witches be like, sometimes I just want to listen to music while pining away, sulking, staring out a window. It's me, I'm witches. Never fear, the Willow Lonely Witch remix is here. Should I just end the video there? That's it. I mean, she said it out of her own mouth. She tweeted, witches is me. Well, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, we're going to continue anyway and break it down. But I could end the video right here. She's admitted it. That's it.
Tennessee Christian values. Those aren't Tennessee Christian values. I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for.
That was a video from Taylor Swift talking about, oh, she's a Tennessee Christian. This is not what Tennessee Christians believe. Oh no, I'm a Christian. And she actually tried to convince her deluded fans, respectfully or disrespectfully, that she is a Christian, right? This is a red herring. She's already told you what she is. She's a witch, and all you got to do is watch her music videos and listen to her lyrics to know what she is, but we'll get there. But clearly, as time's gone on and she's got deeper and deeper into the occult, she's changed her mind. Take a look at this video.
Thank you very much, Kim. I want to thank my manager, James. I want to thank my producer, Ryan. Shout out all the other nominees in this category. I want to thank my label, 10K and Capital, for always supporting me. And of course, God. Without God, none of this would be possible.
That video I just played right there was Ice Spice winning an award. Ice Spice is another industry plant and industry puppet who is 100% sold her soul to make it to where she was. There's undeniable, but we'll get to Ice Spice in a bit, right? That was Ice Spice winning an award. And Taylor Swift was ooh, nodding and happy and smiling. And then when Ice Spice thanked God, she went, what? Hang about. What are we doing here? Even if you didn't believe in God, right, and someone thanks God, you would just stay neutral, wouldn't you? You would just be like, maybe you think something in your head or whatever, but you would just stay neutral. You would just carry on clapping or chilling, whatever. She actually shook her head and said no. Some deluded people will be thinking, oh no, we don't know what she was saying no about. Oh, she could be saying no for anything. I would potentially agree with you if she wasn't actually nodding her head previously. She was actually nodding her head, yeah, to other things that Ice Spice said, and then went crazy. Now, Ice Spice, as I said, she is 100% an industry plant. She has proven time and time again that she took the oath. That was Ice Spice at the Super Bowl doing the satanic hand gesture while wearing an inverted cross. But anyway, forget Ice Spice. Who is she standing next to? Oh, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, the demonic witch, clearly told her, listen, we don't be thanking God out here. We be, you know what I'm saying? Unless the God you're talking about is, you know what I'm saying, down there. We be thanking that God, the God that we sold our soul to. You feel me? The clip I just showed you was posted by Taylor Swift herself on Instagram, but not only Instagram, she decided to post it on multiple platforms, including Twitter. And she captioned that specific scene with "never beaten the sorcery allegations." Because what happened in that clip is she was singing and she mentioned in the lyrics that a plane going down or something like that. And as she said that, a plane was landing. Now, obviously, we know she did not make that happen. Yeah, but she is insinuating that she did. Yeah, that is the point. She is telling us that, whoa, I'm never beating the sorcery allegations now because, you know, as I sung this, a plane went down. You know, she is alluding to the fact that she did this spiritually. She made that happen. Let's continue. Taylor Swift, what a truly mind-blowing thing you've turned the Eras tour concert film into. I've been watching videos of you guys in the theaters, dancing and prancing like Diddy and recreating choreography, creating inside jokes, casting spells, getting engaged, and just generally creating the exact type of joyful chaos we're known for. One of my favorite things you've done was when you supported Cruel Summer so much I ended up starting the Eras Tour show with it. For old time's sake, I'm releasing the live audio from the tour so we can all shriek it in the comfort of our homes and cars, plus a brand new remix. Thank you so much forever. Wow, just thank you. She was thanking her fans for joyful chaos, specifically for casting spells. Is that what a Tennessee Christian believes? Do they believe that casting spells is a good thing? Do they believe in promoting themselves as sorcerers and things like that, magicians? Do they shake their head in disapproval at the mention of God? Is this what a Christian believes? Is this what a Christian does? Well, Taylor, I must have missed that in Bible studies, you know? Now, the key to really understanding how deep Taylor Swift is in the occult is all in her music videos. Now, pay close attention because I'm going to break it down thoroughly for you. In the Look What You Made Me Do video, we can see that the video starts clearly with a death and rebirth ritual. Now, in the occult, death and rebirth rituals are symbolic processes for personal transformation, often involving a symbolic death of an old self to allow for the rebirth of a new one. We can see in the video that she starts by climbing out of a grave, and then we are shown her in the bathtub covered in diamonds. Now, this is very interesting because occultists and practitioners of witchcraft use ritual baths as part of symbolic death and rebirth or cleansing rites. The use of a bathtub in occult and spiritual practices typically relates to purification and intentional change. This aligns with a broader understanding of magic as the art of causing change in consciousness in accordance with one's will. This is also a mockery of Christ, a mockery of the death and rebirth of Christ. We know that occultists love to invert kind of Christian beliefs and mock Christian beliefs. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed the pose that she's in. Look at her hand pose, her arms across her chest. We can compare this to who? The famous occultist and self-proclaimed wickedest man on earth, the Beast 666, Aleister Crowley. Surely not a coincidence. The Beast 666 doing the same pose, occult symbolism, occult hand gestures. When they perform this ritual, they are comparing themselves to God as they believe they are now enlightened like God. In the same video, we can see her sitting on a throne surrounded by snakes. Guys, do I need to break this one down for you? Do I need to explain and do deep analysis on this imagery, sitting on a throne surrounded by snakes? She is comparing herself to Lucifer in this clip. Now remember Ice Spice. Let's talk about Taylor Swift's song Karma with Ice Spice. Now, the video starts with a record player with magic coming out of the record. That is symbolism for the spells that her music creates and the spells that she puts her listeners under. We then see that it turns into a portal where we see Taylor Swift standing there, like a Greek god. And it then transitions into a demonic scene with her as like Satan in the underworld with her coven of witches. What Christian does this? What God-fearing person does this? We know that occultists love Egyptian gods, deities, Greek mythology, Greek ideologies, and this is clear and obvious Greek imagery. She is holding scales in a very particular pose. This is what we call psychostasia. And psychostasia refers to the weighing of souls to determine a person's fate. Weighing of souls is the term that comes from Greek words meaning act of weighing and refers to a judgment process where a person's life or soul is weighed to determine their afterlife. So we can see that she is the person passing judgment, the weighing of souls, weighing souls of the listeners. And where is the next scene? Not in heaven. Not in the Garden of Eden. No. The very next scene that transitions from her weighing souls is hell. You cannot make this up. This is clear and blatant occult imagery. Her talking about how she is the person essentially leading her fans, leading her listeners, leading herself to hell. Do you understand? We can even see that there's an alchemical reference to the balance of masculine and feminine. In esoteric symbolism, scales also represent opposing forces, duality, just like Freemasonry, elemental harmony, transformation, justice arising from imbalance. We can also see she's standing next to two pillars. Now, the pillars are very important in Freemasonry. There's often 3 pillars in Freemasonry, but there's also 2 pillars as well. We know that in King Solomon's temple, he had 2 bronze pillars erected at the entrance of the sanctuary. She is standing between 2 pillars, dressed as a Greek deity, weighing the souls of her listeners and then transitioning them to hell. Now, take a look at this scene here. We see Ice Spice and Taylor Swift walking up what looks like a pyramid, doesn't it? Which could represent Egyptian symbolism. But if we look closer, they're actually walking up steps. Now, what these steps are the steps of Freemasonry. The 7 steps of Freemasonry are not a single universal set of steps, but a symbolic concept found in different Masonic rituals and degrees, most prominently represented by the 7 steps of the winding staircase or the ladder of Kadosh. But it doesn't just stop there. Because who remembers my hymn film breakdown? I mentioned in that video that there are also 7 stages of the alchemical process that enables one to reach the great work, also known as the magnum opus, the final state of enlightenment, where a human is transcended to an enlightened God. We can also see in this scene here, Ice Spice holding Saturn, while Taylor Swift holds the moon. We've spoken about Saturn before. There is something called the cult of Saturn in Hollywood. It's why Beyonce's been pictured wearing Saturn. It's why Doja Cat is pictured wearing Saturn. Why all these celebrities have Saturn tattoos and Saturn jewelry. Vivienne Westwood. There is so much Saturn everywhere. There's a car called Saturn. There's the Saturn Awards. There is a cult called Saturn because these occultists, they worship Saturn. I'm not going to go into detail about it now, but this is clear occult imagery. The moon is also symbolic. They hide it in plain sight all the time. It's all kinds of crazy, isn't it, guys? It's all kinds of crazy, but we are not done here. In the music video for Fortnite, we see magic imagery again. We can see that she's dressed in white, which also represents purity and initiation. She is then given a pill. After she takes that pill, she is uncuffed, right? Because she was chained. She's now unchained, and then she starts to type her lyrics. Those lyrics, we then see that magic starts to appear from the lyrics that she has been typing. In the very same video, we see Taylor Swift on some sort of operating chair, right? Think something across her head, being experimented on. Now think back, the pill, you taking the pill and then they allow you to be unchained so you can write your magical lyrics, being experimented on. This is clear indication of MK Ultra, guys. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, it was a mind control experimentation program by the CIA in the 50s and 60s. This is a proven fact. The CIA were practicing mind control by experimenting on people with drugs, hallucinogens, lack of sleep, all these things. Frequencies. This is how they control us on a daily basis through music frequencies, different things like that, drugs, why they push certain like drugs on us. Kanye West even spoke about MK Ultra himself. This is a fact. And Taylor Swift is literally putting MK Ultra imagery in her music videos. How she took a pill which insinuates a drug, and then she's able to be allowed to be creative and create this magic, right? That then puts her audience under a spell. But we're not done. There's more. In the music video Willow, we see one of the most blatant and obvious depictions of witchcraft I've ever seen. We see Taylor Swift dressing like a witch with her coven of witches in the forest. When there's a group of witches, it's called a coven. Anything after a certain number is called a beehive. Does that sound familiar? Beehive. We know Beyonce is a witch, and she calls her fan base what? A beehive. I mean, what can we say here, man? If you don't believe it, then you're just deluded. But anyway, back to Taylor Swift. We can see them manipulating orbs, casting spells, doing rituals with these orbs. She's showing again how her music leads her unsuspecting and idol worshipping fans down the path of magic and the occult. I said to you earlier in the video, about an hour ago at this point, what kind of spell does she have these fans under? Well, it's time to answer that question.
You spent almost $1,000 on a ticket, right? You can't remember anything?
It felt like so real. Afterwards, as we were leaving, I was like, did she play this song? I don't remember this song. I don't remember her doing that. And little things like that, but I do remember going.
I've shown that clip before in my video about witches, but that was a woman who attended the Taylor Swift concert. She paid up to $1,000 for this concert. And this woman was one of thousands of people who attended the concert and has no recollection of what the hell happened. She can't remember if that song played. She can't remember if that song was performed. She remembers going. She remembers being there. But she can't remember a damn thing about what she heard. Do you think that's a coincidence that fans went to the show, one of their biggest idols of all time? They've paid $1,000 to get there. Do you think it's a coincidence that they forgot or don't remember what happened? That is literally because she performed a magic spell on them. She performed the very same ritual with her coven of witches, with the orbs, in her robes, singing her melodies and her chants on stage, and it literally kept these fans in a trance, like they were being hypnotized. The music industry is known for this. The music industry has mastered sound waves, frequencies. You do realize that music is one of the most powerful tools for the elites. There's a reason why certain frequencies make you sad. There's a reason why certain frequencies make you motivated, happy, depressed, angry. Do you think I'm gonna go listen to, I don't know, Frank Sinatra in the gym? No, I'm gonna listen to drill. I'm gonna listen to some cruddy, dark, like, you know what I'm saying, dark piano, and you feel me, certain beats per minute. They're gonna get me amped. There's a reason for that. And the music industry has mastered frequencies in order to tap into one's psyche, to affect emotions. Do you understand? So when she's doing these certain melodies, chants, while performing this flipping ritual, she is opening up her fans to certain spiritual beings, deities, demons, whatever the hell these people believe in. She is allowing her fans to be vulnerable, spiritually vulnerable to these entities. Do you understand? Now, before I end, Taylor Swift is one of many pop artists who have worked with a man called Max Martin. Max Martin is a Swedish producer, songwriter, all these things, who has worked in the industry for decades. He's got 25, 26, 50 number ones, something like that. And he had admitted a long time ago that he is into spirit channeling. He channels spirits, guys. So the same person who channels spirits is writing number one songs for all these Hollywood pop artists. There's a reason why they're so catchy. There's a reason why they're so jumpy, so repetitive.
He wrote Baby One More Time, It's Gonna Be Me, I Kissed a Girl, So What, My Life Would Suck Without You, 3, Raise Your Glass, California Girls, Teenage Dream, Hold It Against Me, E.T., Last Friday Night, Part of Me, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, One More Night, and Raw. This guy also wrote I Knew You Were Trouble, Beauty and the Beat, Hot and Cold. Oops, I nearly listed all 30 of the other songs he made, which went into the top 10.
He believed that the key to a punchier pop sound was greater spiritual understanding. He thought that imbuing the music with more meaning would not only make it more enjoyable, but also help the culture at large.
He sat me down and he told me that he had done his meditations and that he had spoken with his wife and that he had spoken with the angels, and they had come to him and they had told him that this is what he needs to do.
Tell us about making this song.
I was going to bed and this melody of the chorus sort of started, you know, coming, and you lay there but I was really tired.
I don't think Max is human, because nobody human can do what he's done.
That was a clip from a YouTube video who explains all the people that he's worked with. Simon Cowell even said at the end of that video, he's not even human. He's not even human. No human can do what he's done. What? That's an interesting choice of words there, Si. Because he's been channeling spirits, bro. That's literally it. And he has written some of the hits for Taylor Swift. So we have literally got an occultist, essentially, writing songs with a witch. And they are keeping you lot, you fans, under spells. Guys, everything I've said in this video is fact. She has admitted it out of her own mouth that she is a witch. Just like Ariana Grande, just like Beyonce, just like anyone you want. There are so many witches in the industry. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you put free prayer emojis, okay? We're gonna dispel all this magic and demonic energy by putting free prayer emojis. That way I know you've made it all the way to the end, and I appreciate your support and loyalty. Thank you so much. I'll see you lot in the comments. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay vigilant. Peace.